Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're taking a look at something that is normally considered a total piece of junk, which is the AKU-94 Bullpup conversion kit for the AK rifle. However, it turns out with a little bit of work you can actually turn one of these into something reasonably decent. So just a quick overview of how this thing goes together. We have our normal AK receiver back here, and instead of a typical butt stock, there is this piece that just gives you a little butt plate there at the back. There's a plastic cheek piece that gets riveted or screwed onto the top cover, and then a front hand grip. Normally these come with an addition, like a block on top of the front sight that holds the front sight up even higher to go with an elevated rear sight so that you can put your cheek on top of the receiver here and still get a sight picture. Out of the box, those are pretty flimsy and wobbly and, well, crappy. The trigger pull, we'll take a look at inside in just a sec. There's actually a long connecting wire running down along the handguard inside the corner of the receiver back to a hole drilled in the trigger, so that the original trigger. So when you pull this, it pulls on this wire and releases the firing mechanism. And that's generally a very stiff, springy, crappy, long, heavy trigger pull. So let's take a look inside this and take a look at the changes that my buddy made to this one. Disassembly is just like a normal AK. Pull off the top cover. You can see there are a couple little attachments in there for the cheek piece. Then pull out the recoil spring, pull out the bolt and carrier. So our connecting wire is right down here at the bottom. When I pull on the trigger you can see it move a bit. And what it connects to is a hole drilled in the original trigger component right there. So when I pull the front trigger, it pulls that back and releases the hammer. Now normally there's a huge amount of sear engagement, and what we did on this one was just grind down the sear engagement right here. You can see some Dremel marks. This was not a hugely professional type of operation. And it just removes some of the engagement surface so the trigger pull is shorter and lighter. A little more work, it could actually be improved even more than it already is. The rear sight, this has been epoxied in place as well as had these two set screws drilled out and lined up better. And then instead of the standard crappy rear iron sights, this one has a nice little Doctor optic, a Doctor red dot. It's a very nice little red dot. The front sight was completely removed. Since we've got the red dot on there, there's no need to have an iron front sight in the way of the optic. So one thing still left that could be done would be to put on a flash hider of some sort, just make it look neat. So that's it. There's not really a whole lot of work that has to go into this to make it a lot better than it originally was. Go ahead and put it back together. There's one other thing I want to show you about this. Then we'll do some shooting. Now the one other thing, if you look at this, you have very little space to get the magazine in. That's one of the problems with bullpup AKs, and also AKs with vertical front grip sometimes. It's tight. However, so you can see they added a groove into the bottom of the pistol grip here, and you can use that to line up your magazine, which sets it right into the mag well. So kind of a little unknown feature there, but works pretty nicely. Now this obviously is no good at all for a left-hander. The bolt handle will hit you right in the teeth. It'll suck. However, for the righty, not too shabby. So we're going to load this up and give it a try. Believe it or not, you can actually polish this turd enough to turn it into something a little bit shiny. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.